All right, welcome in everyone. What's up, Karen? Good to have you here. Shoulders and quads are sore. Yeah, my quads are sore today too. What's up, Steph? Welcome in. Good to have you here. Hey, Mikkel, Jackie. Yeah, I was a little surprised. My quads are definitely feeling a little bit from yesterday. We'll work that out, of course. We'll get unsore by working the muscles and getting back into it. Today we're doing handstand prep position number 3, which is a half tuck position. This officially starts the second half of the handstand meditation immersion. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. And of course, we got 6 more classes to go, including this one. And so we'll just continue to ride this experience that we've had, just continue building more and more exercises, and also practicing the exercises that we've been doing in each one. So each class progressively gets more challenging because we're adding on more and more of the same kind of, what am I trying to say? We're adding on more exercises or more drills because we're using all the ones that we did before, and now we're continuously adding one each time. So it requires a greater amount of effort and strength, but the good news is probably at this point, even though you're sore, you've already started to build that strength that's required. So that progressiveness kind of keeps you certainly applying more effort, but at the same time, you're getting stronger. So if we just did today's class, which we're about to do, if we did that on day 1, it would probably be burnout done, right? So here we are, we're ready to roll. What's up, Klaus? Good to have you here. Hey, Kasha, nice to have you back. And let's see, Richard, welcome in. You have sound, okay. Do you guys have sound? Yes, okay, great. Hello, Sabui, welcome in. Cool. All right, looks like everyone else has sound, so Steph, I hope that works out. Check with your, the top of the browser, sometimes the volume is muted, so hopefully you figure that out. And of course the actual player itself, as you would imagine, also has a volume button. Okay, cool. So let's roll, everybody. We'll get right into it. We'll start with our cat-cow with our hand push-ups. I'm a little bit uneven with this mat, so I'm just on all fours. Let's move way back before we get into our cat and cow. I'm gonna move way back and just do a few heels of the hand lifts just to get the flexors active. And for these, I usually spread my fingers and I don't necessarily grip the ground with the fingers, just to make sure I'm not overworking anything. Okay, and then now I can press your fingers into the ground, arch the back, look up. What's up, Christian? We'll start with just a regular cat and cow, round the back, gaze inward towards the navel. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round. Now let's add on the hand push-ups. So inhale, arch the back, look up. And as you exhale, round and push through the metacarpals, head to the metacarpals so the heel of the hand lifts. Inhale, heel of the hand lowers, arch the back, look up. Exhale, push down through the metacarpals, round the back. Heel of the hand lowers, arch the back. Exhale, push down into the metacarpals. Inhale, arch, heel of the hand lowers. Exhale, heel of the hand lifts. Inhale, arch, look up. Pinky and thumb press down. Let's come to downward facing dog. Middle 3 fingers press down into the earth. Pedal out your legs if you like, or wag your tail side to side. Lift the heels up. Tuck the tail, roll in a plank pose. Inhale. As you exhale, soften the shoulder blades together. Retract. Inhale, push, shoulder blades apart. Exhale, soften. Inhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale, push. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Straight leg, square the hip, inhale. Step forward. High up on the fingertips. Let's just take a breath in together. As you exhale, round the back, get lighter in the fingers by pulling the front ribs in and up. Pull the chin and throat up as well, so the back of the neck muscles engage. And then rise up. Don't touch the hands on the thigh if possible, so just control your way right into the diagonal position with the rest of the body. Head and throat also lift up and back. Take the arms back behind you. Pull your shoulder blades together to start and pull your shoulders down your back. Let's take a swim. Inhale as your arms go out and up, shoulders start to rise, and at the very top, shoulders kiss the ears. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, pull the arms down, shoulders down, away from the ears. Chin and throat in. Inhale, as the arms rise, so do the shoulders. Exhale, as the hands go back, the shoulders go down. Inhale. And now exhale, hands to the ground. I'm seeing improvements in my shoulder mobility over the course of this. That's great. Inhale, plank pose. Place the knees down, child's pose. Walk the hands over to the right. Stretch the left waistline. Keep the left armpit lifted. Walk back through the center, over to the left. Stretch the right arm long and keep the right armpit lifted. Take a breath. Walk back to the center. Inhale forward, all fours arch the back and look up. Now start to make your way back and pause. Fingers grip the ground. Pinky and thumb press down and toward each other. Lift the heel of the hand just a centimeter off the mat, so there's like a little buoyancy, lightness here. Actually, just for the sake of seeing it, turn your biceps forward to the front of the yoga mat like this. That's external rotation of the arms. It's best to do that after you've gone into the down dog. So rather than doing the start, which will inhibit your range of motion, just know that this is external rotation. So let the arms be as they are. Armpits lift up towards the ears. Fingers grip the ground. Heel of the hand is buoyant. Now as you go back and you come to downward dog, try to keep the heel of the hand buoyant, light, and then turn the biceps at the last moment. Once your shoulders are towards the ears, turn the biceps to face forward, and that will dial the shoulder blades into greater upward rotation. And your hands will put more, the weight will kind of transition a little more to the outside of the hand. That's fine. Just make sure that index finger knuckle is on the ground as well. Okay, left foot to the sky, inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale, straighten the legs, square the hip. Step forward as you exhale. High up on the fingertips, let's take a breath in together. Start to pull the feet toward each other. Scoop the tailbone as you press down through the left heel, round the back, and with control, lift the body up with a rounded upper back so that you're on that diagonal with the back leg. Back leg straight and strong. Left sit bone slightly tucked so your glutes and hamstrings are fired up. Bring the chin and throat in line with the torso. And now let's take the arms back behind us. Start with shoulder blades together and down the back. We'll wait for the inhale. On the inhale, arms go out and up. Shoulders touch the ears. Exhale as your arms go back down. Shoulders pull away from the ears and down. Inhale. Armpits stay lifted as you go up. Shoulders up. Touch the ears. Ribs in. Exhale. Hands back down. Pull the shoulders down the back. Inhale. Arms go up. Exhale. Inhale. And release. Plank pose, inhale. Retract the shoulder blades as you exhale. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. Inhale. Now as you exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Let's get body position. So arms out in front. What's up, Eugene? Nice to see you. Hey, Vicky. Christian. Fingers grip the ground, forehead on the ground, feet together if you can. And the three key points that lift up are the armpits, so lift the armpits up, the knees, lift the knees up, and the rib cage, okay? So now pull the front ribs up. Armpits, ribs, knees are up. Hands and fingers grip the ground, press down. Forehead's on the ground. Pubic bone, pelvis on the ground, and feet are pressing down while the kneecaps are lifting. Kneecaps lifted, feet down. Ribs off the ground. Armpits lift, fingers grip, and release. So hopefully that's getting a little bit better each day. I'm looking at mine. I could use a little more improvement, I think, or unless it's my shirt blending in with the wall. A little more hollow body. So let's do one more. This one's for me, folks. But I'm sure you can use the strength as well. Okay, fingers grip the ground, armpits lift. Press the tops of the feet down, kneecaps lift. Press the pubic bone down, and now pull your ribs in around the back and get into that hollow body shape, midsection. I'm really putting that effort in now for myself. Press the feet down, kneecaps lift. Press the hands and fingers down, armpits lift. Pull the ribs in, press the pubic bone down, tuck your tail to get the midsection. And release. Okay, good. That's a little more like it. All right. Come to all fours, hands and knees. Fingers, all three middle fingers pressed down and towards the metacarpals. Pinky and thumb press down and toward each other. Arch the back, look up. Heel the hand a little lifted as you start to go back. Downward facing dog. Now, if the heel of the hand is on the ground, it's fine. Just think about the armpits lifting and getting a little lighter in the heel of the hand. Okay, even if you can't lift it up, just press down through the metacarpals and see if you can get lighter. Some days will be easier than others. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Hands to the outer shins. Press the backs of your calves and hamstrings, especially press your hamstrings away from one another until it feels like the back of your pelvis opens up. Then start to lean towards your toes. Now, as you lean towards your toes, you can place your fingers right to the ground out in front so your body weight comes forward more. Backs of the legs apart. Lastly, the back of the skull towards the ground, but pull the front rib cage in so you use your abdominal muscles. Okay, hands to the hips. Squeeze the legs in, arch the back, and rise up to stand. Tadasana. I don't want to jinx it, but so far today we don't have that blinking camera, I don't think. That's good news. Okay, rotate the arms out externally. Move the hips out, back, sorry. Let's do a few calf raises. Lean forward, heels up, heels down, groins back. Lean forward, heels up, heels down, groins back. Lean forward, heels up, heels down, weight and groins back, pelvis back. Forward, up, down, back. Now let's do it with knee bends and straightening so you get the real function of what it would be to jump. So you bend, lean forward as you push, bend like this. So just follow this. A little harder to say than it is to do. So I go forward. As I extend through the legs, I'm extending through the ankle joint, right? So there's that feeling like I'm gonna jump off my feet. And you can speed it up a little bit. And maybe as you get a little more speed, it's almost like you're about to launch off your toes. And you can add, if you want, hands up. The balance, there we go. Just working on the ankle articulation while we extend through the legs so we prepare for our jumping action. All right, cool. Of course, always good to get a little cardio as well. Inhale, reach the arms up. Shoulders to the ears, touch the palms. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Halfway lift on the inhale. Left foot steps back as you exhale. Push down through the front foot, round the back. Rise up, high lunge, inhale. Let's get the shoulders warmed up. Pull the shoulders down as the elbows come down. Pull the shoulder blades together too. Inhale, reach up. Kiss the shoulders to the ears. Press your palms together at the top. Look up a little bit. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, reach up. Shoulders to the ears, elbows straight. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do another one. And open up, warrior two. Internally rotate the arms. Exhale, externally rotate. See how my head faces the same direction as my chest for these? That's just to avoid causing any sort of weirdness, tensions in the neck. It's not that you can't, it's just that it's a little bit safer, or let's say less risk of causing an ache or a pain. You're not going to injure yourself necessarily, but why risk a little stiff neck, you know, when you can just have your head facing the same direction. Okay, rotated the arms outward, extend through the wrist, push through the heel of the hand. Now turn the gaze. Keep the chin level with the ground. All right, reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, pivot the pelvis closed. Straighten through the front leg, inhale, look forward. Let's just articulate through the calf. So flex the foot. Inhale, release the foot back down. Again, exhale, flex the foot. Inhale to release the foot. One more time, dorsiflex the foot. And release. Bow forward. As you do so, once you get to your maximum flexibility where you're not straining anything, of course, pull your front ribs in, around the back, and lengthen the back of the skull to the ground while the front ribs are pulled in. Now, you have the option to stay here, or you can go back into that dorsiflexed position in the ankle,
to get a little bit more stretch through the back line of the calves, through the hamstrings. Maybe you might even feel that through your skull, up the occipital ridge. Okay, bend the knee. And let's step into downward facing dog. Take a moment to feel your right and left hip. Probably, if you really push up and back with the hips, you probably feel a lot more stretch in the left side than you do the right, and that's because the right is now more warmed up, more fluid there, more willing to lengthen. Inhale, forward plank pose. Place the knees down. Let's revisit scapular push-ups on forearms. And maybe you can take the next level now that your serratus is a little bit more strong, maybe your core is a little stronger. So we have level 1 is just like so. Okay, level 2 is knees back a little bit more like plank. Okay, level 3, tuck the toes, your plank on forearms. And level 4 is pointing the feet. And so let's try with pointed feet if you're okay with trying that. You really point your feet all the way. You don't want to have this like half flex position where it looks like you're pointing, but you're really just flexing your feet with your toes tucked. Not like this. Really articulate through the ankle joint. Okay, now press down through the tops of the feet and you pull your feet and your elbows toward each other to lift the hips. Okay, maybe you can try this level 4 today. Otherwise, just place the knees down or tuck the toes. That's fine. And let's do a few scapular push-ups. It's really great to do it on an exhale to push, to really get that effort going on. Okay, 3 to 5 is good. And then take a moment's rest. And we'll actually see if we can work on a little bit of abdominal hollow body engagement here, something that we haven't done yet this immersion. This is a great one. So what you'll do is you'll start with the position of like Sphinx pose like this, or I usually have my hands together like so, okay? And what you can start with is doing chin to chest, and then chest pulls back, ribs pull back, and then I'll do it again from this angle, chin to chest, chest pulls back, ribs pull back, pelvis pulls back in a tucked position, so you don't pull back like this, but chin, chest, ribs, pelvis, tuck position. This is probably where most people will stay. Then you go pelvis, belly, chest, chin, chin, chest, ribs, pelvis. Some of you will press the tops of the feet down and go knees, and then slowly lower knees, pelvis, ribs, chest, chin. That little knee aspect, lifting the knees up, pulling the elbows and feet toward each other is what will get your core fired up and your little abdomen activated. It's worth trying at least one time, unless you have some unstable L4, L5, like low back tends to be unstable. And then maybe you can skip it, though. This ultimately would be a great, I see we got the little blinkies going again. This would be a great exercise for you to be able to do if possible. Okay, so because it will strengthen the low core, which will stabilize those lower abdominal muscles. Okay, so inhale, lift the chest, everybody. And either do level 1 or 2. Chin the chest, ribs in, tuck the tail, pelvis, maybe knees. If so, lower the knees, pelvis, ribs, chest, chin. Chin, chest retracts back, ribs, pelvis, knees, knees very slowly, pelvis, ribs, chin. Oh, there's the abdomen. Chin, chest, ribs, pelvis tucks, lifts, knees lift, protract shoulder blades, knees, pelvis, ribs. Where I feel it the most, and what I would suggest you try, is the slow lowering of the knees while they're straight. It's very tempting to bend the knees and place them onto the ground, but the slow lowering of the knees while they're straight really gets the low abdomen, which I think is quite ignored in a lot of exercises. You can watch it one time. Just watch. I'm gonna do it fast to get there. Now this slow descent where I'm not letting the knees fall, but placing them on the ground. That's where I feel the nice, deep, low core abdominal muscles activating. Try it a couple of times where you just lower the knees very slowly. See what happens for you. Very slowly. Let's see, are we back to blinking? Can't tell, I haven't seen it blink in a while, so hoping we're good. We'll find out. All right, so come to all fours, hands and knees, please. Oh, wow, yeah, I feel that. Downward facing dog. Let's stretch it out on both sides first. So take your left leg to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, and let the hips fall back. A little stretch the belly. And place the left foot back to the ground. We'll do the right side, back and up, inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hips, stretch the belly. And then on this side, straighten the leg on the inhale. Step right foot forward. Come into your warrior three preparation. Bent knee, lift the chest. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, we're going to straighten the leg and push to lift the heel. Lower the heel, bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, push to lift the heel. Bend the knee, lower the heel slowly. Exhale, straighten the leg, push to lift the heel. And place the left foot next to the right as you lower the right heel. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow. Rise to the sun, inhale, squeeze the legs towards each other as you rise. Kiss the shoulders to the ears, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Let's get back into a little bit of movement. Bend the knees, move the arms back, hips back. Exhale, straighten the legs, point the feet. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, inhale. Step the right foot back, exhale. Pull the feet toward each other, press down through the front heel, slow rise up. Straight through the back leg. And let's get the shoulders going. This time we'll just do with straight arms. So inhale, reach the arms up. Touch the palms together, shoulders to the ears, elbows straight. Exhale, pull the hands down, shoulders down. Ears back, inhale. All the way up, press the palms together, exhale. Shoulders down. Inhale, reach up, shoulders up. Exhale, press the shoulders down as the hands go down. Shoulders back a little bit too on the way down. Ears and throat back. Inhale. Shoulders up, kiss the ears. Exhale. Shoulders down. Press the hands down. Inhale, reach up. And open up, please. Warrior two. Turn the head to face the same direction as your heart. Bend the elbows. Remember this from the other day. We press the elbows forward, hands back for external rotation. And opposite. Hands back, elbows forward, internal rotation. Inhale, hands go back, elbows go forward for rotating externally. Hands go back, elbows go forward for internal rotation. Okay, reach the arms out. This time we'll just have like stop sign hands. Pull the fingertips back towards you. Look over the front hand and reach through the thumb side of the hand a little bit. You'll get that little stretch through the arms. Turn the gaze if you haven't.
Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, pelvis pivots closed. Straighten through the front leg, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, dorsiflex the foot. Inhale to release it, slow. Exhale, dorsiflex. Inhale to release it, slow. Exhale, dorsiflex. Inhale to release it, slow. As you exhale, lean forward and bow. Now once you're in this position, you get into your depth, your length, then you want to try to activate your core muscles by pulling the front ribs in, hollow body, but still lengthen the back of the skull towards the ground. They're kind of counteracting each other. Okay, so get long through the back body, like as if you're trying to bring the head to the ground, but short through the front body, as if you're trying to bring your head towards your pelvis. If you'd like, you can add on the dorsiflexion of the foot. I suggest you do so if you did it on the other side. And one thing I do is I micro tuck the left sit bone, like I'm trying to press from the back line of the pelvis down into the heel, and that helps to create a little less feeling of overstretching. Right? You want to make sure that you're not in that strain area. You want to always find a way. Yes, stretch sensation is good, strain not so good. You know the difference. Bend the front knee, inhale. Step to down dog. Feel the right and left leg. Push the arms long, stick your bum up. And feel the kind of awakeness or feeling of heat in there. Fingers grip the ground. Okay, forward to plank pose on the inhale. Let's lower down chaturanga. Just to make sure we don't overdo the front body engagement, some back body engagement. Here we go, lift the chin and throat. Mini cobra, lift the heart up. No hand strength at all. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the head and heart, and lift the hands, pin the shoulder blades together. Exhale. One more time, this time lift the feet as well. Exhale. All fours, inhale. And come to downward facing dog. Preparing for downward dog push-ups, so shorten the stance a little bit. Hands a little turned in. Aim the forehead between the thumbs. Take a full breath in. Sorry, actually you want to actually lower on the inhale and rise on the exhale. So use the effort on the exhale. Or I'm doing 2 movements per breath, actually. Now I'm going to show you an option if you want to take this one step further. For some of you want to go a little more intense in your down dog push-ups. Well, you can add weight by taking one leg up. So I'll show what that's like. You take 3-legged dog position like this. Of course, you would have to do both sides. Okay, increasingly more difficult. Give it a shot. See if you can maybe do half of one or one full one on each side. You get the push strength going. I'll give you a moment. And then we'll get back into down dog. And left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step left foot forward. And warrior 3 preparation. Fingers out in front, bend the knee. And we'll work on our calf strength, our jumping muscle articulation and coordination. So take a breath in. Back leg stays up and strong. Exhale, straighten and point. Lower.
Exhale. Lower. And place the right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Interlace the hands behind the back. Stretch the shoulders this direction. All right, hands to the hips, arch the back and rise up. Let's start with a little momentum. Then we'll go back to handstand preparations on chair, and then we'll go back to some momentum exercises. So first, kick switches. And then, let's see. Let's do kick switches. Now, let's do L hops first. L hops, then kick switches. L hops are a little bit harder. So we'll start with those. Just a reminder, if don't remember what an L hop looks like, since we only did those for one day, I believe. You get into handstand prep 2, lean grip push, and then you use that same ankle articulation we've been working on. The major difference between L hops and kick switches is that the leg that you jump off never goes up. It stays down the whole time, which helps you to control so that you don't go overboard and hit the wall, right? You want to get a little bit of delay. You can see I'm trying to get a little bit of hang time, but you never want to hit the wall, okay? So try that all on one side. I did 3 on one. I'm going to do 3 on the other side, and so on. So these take a lot of discipline, a lot of effort. Requires that you stay in that handstand prep position, shoulders to the ears, elbows straight. Alignment is that your shoulders are a little bit past the wrist so that your weight is more towards the front of the hand the whole time. And the more you jump up, the more you have to push, the more effort in all of those actions, gripping, leaning, and pushing. Because as you jump, the body will tend to lean back. That's why it's always good to have a block behind the forearm. If you, let's just definitely do that for the kick switches for sure. Because that way you can at least see when you're kind of going backwards, okay? It's easy to think you're not because it's such a subtle movement, but you'll feel it with the block behind you, okay? So now kick switches when you're ready. I'll give you a moment, of course, if you need to. You can watch me and as you break, and then while I break, you do it. So fingers grip the ground. I lean forward and get into handstand prep 2. Lean grip push. I don't hit that block on the way up. Switch, not my best one. Let's get a little more push. That's better. I'm still leaning back just a smidge into that block. Getting there. The momentum needs a little work. We'll work on that. Yeah. So now as I'm watching it back there, it's helpful to, when you film yourself like this, and you might think like, oh, one day it will be perfect and I'll always be still. That's not how it works. So there are times in my practice where I'm very still, steady, there's no movement, no wobbles, and I can just kick switch up super graceful. And other times it's super wobbly and all the different areas of the body are moving. That, even if you master it, you feel like you master it, you lose it. This is something that the nervous system and the muscular system aren't doing every day, and you really have to continue working at it in order to sustain it. This is one of I think the best things I've learned from handstand is that it requires steady discipline throughout time. And as soon as you stop using these muscles, you lose the coordination and the strength. That might be intimidating for some people, but it's also a really great life lesson, is that it's staying with it, and it's that continuous discipline to stay steady and not give up on it that will actually give you the most gains over time. And that's everything in life, is just staying steady with it. Even when it feels like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere, or you feel like you go backwards, you'll see the next day after you've gone backwards, you'll propel forwards.
And that's just part of the experience. So
I'm gonna do another round of those, get my body a little bit more in the rhythm of those movements. You can either watch or continue practicing, whichever is your preference. Now I've got it. I can feel it. Yes. Now, if you watch those compared to the first round, you will see that from the ribs down, there's a lot less movement. Ooh, sorry, I thought I had a bug on me. And you can see the success of the rise is definitely better. And the sustaining period is definitely better. And either way, it felt much stronger because my first, right when I got into that handstand prep position, I put more effort in. I leaned a little bit more, gripped a little bit more, and I pushed way more. Okay, so let's get the chair out. We'll do handstand prep 1 on chair, handstand prep 2 on chair, and then if you can, we'll do handstand prep 3, that 1, 3, 2, 1, yeah, 1, 3, 2, 3 exercise we did the other day. And handstand prep 1. So remember this today, you're gonna work a little bit towards trying to walk the feet slightly closer. Even if your chair is a little further back, that's okay. And then see if you can walk further towards the wall a little bit with your hips to get them over. So lean, grip, push. Get on my tippy toes and take one foot up. Take the other foot up. Elbows straight and strong, gripping the ground. I'm feeling like I'm leaning back a little bit. I can feel it. So I'm gonna walk the feet a little bit. Grip, grip, grip. Maybe try head position 3 where the head looks at the chest today, or head 2 where you're looking at your feet, or 1 where you look between the hands, more like the heel of the hand. I actually looked a little bit behind, and that, to me, when I look behind the heel of my hand, that helps me not jet my head all the way forward and ruin the alignment. Okay. So that's 1. Handstand prep 1, you can try the head positions. Yeah, I'm just watching it back for myself. Yeah, for sure. That was solid practice for me, and so you can use that as a good visual for you. Watching it, that handstand prep position, you can see that the middle back stays close to the wall in all different head positions, and I stay vertical the whole time with the forearms. So that's a good example. All right, so now handstand prep 2. I find it helpful to do head position 3, although it's probably the most challenging one. And I do that to help look to see if I'm putting effort in my glutes. To take the top leg back, just a reminder, we went over this last time in a question, you have to use your glute muscles, and it's gonna be hard because you're in a split position. Most people aren't used to doing a split position against gravity. Most people do a split position on the ground where gravity pushes you into the flexibility. Here, you have to actually strengthen yourself into the flexibility, which is, in my opinion, true mobility, when you can move your way into flexibility rather than just relying on gravity to do it for you. Okay, so handstand prep 2. If you have to come down between sides, that's great. Don't worry about that. That's a good thing. You know, you reset, get your energy, and do both sides well. Some of you might be able to do both sides in one attempt. That's also fine. For me, I felt much better today than I did yesterday. A little more activation in my glutes. I got way more vertical than I did yesterday. That's probably just a testament to practicing 2 days in a row. The same drill usually helps. And also just focusing on my glute muscles, engaging to get the leg back. Got a little heart rate going, that's good.
Okay, while you're taking a rest, I'll show you the handstand prep 3. You can just take the static prep 3 on chair. We haven't actually done prep 3 static, so why don't we do that first?
And prep 3 is just a half tuck position. This is handstand prep 3. We actually haven't done that without being on the chair, so my bad. Let's do handstand prep 3 off the chair, just like this. You get into this position here, handstand prep 1, and then you pull one knee into the chest, around the back, and look at your knee. Okay, I really like to look and round as if you're doing, excuse me, as if you're doing kind of, you know, like a boat like this or something. You know, this is essentially the position.
So if, yeah, give it a shot on the ground. Tuck the knee into the chest, round the back, and lean. And that really gives you that half tuck position. It's so helpful for hollow body shape. And once you've done it on the ground, then we can take it up a notch to the chair. But why don't we give it a shot? Why don't you do this exactly with me? So you pull your knees close to your chest, tuck your chin, looking at your pelvis basically, squeeze the legs together, okay, and then try to straighten one leg up. That's the boat version of handstand prep 3. Okay. And then we'll take it up onto the chair, handstand prep 3 on the chair.
Okay, handstand prep 3 on a chair. Same thing, block always behind the forearm to indicate so we know where vertical is. Lean the body away from the block, grip the ground, push, fingers grip the ground, make sure you do that. Take one foot up, maybe go handstand prep 1 first, I like that idea. And then you pull the knee into the chest and look at your knee, try to round your back. Grip, 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 push, 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 push. Switch sides.
Fingers gripping like mad. You're gonna feel a lot of weight in your hands. That's why I call it the third prep. In some ways, body position wise, it's easier than split legs. So you'd say like, well, from a flexibility standpoint, it should be considered number 2, but from a strength standpoint, when your knee is into your chest, it takes a lot more strength in the wrists and the shoulders because all of your weight is right there where it needs to be really for getting up to a handstand. It definitely requires a lot more strength. So as you feel it out, make sure you're emphasizing the gripping of the fingers and the pushing of the shoulders. It's not enough to just grip with the fingers. You have to push with the shoulders. You'll find that when you push with the shoulders, it gets lighter and easier on the wrists, okay? So there's like the mechanics of everything participating as a unit that matters. So we got handstand prep 3 on chair. And I'm gonna show now, in a moment when you're taking your rest, I'm gonna show the same exercise we did yesterday, which was handstand prep 3 in all the preparations with one another. So it was handstand 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. So that would be handstand prep 1, tuck, extend, tuck, 1. So I'll show that now. Grip the ground, lift the heels, left foot on. We go to handstand prep 1. Left side first for me, tuck, prep 3, 2, tuck, 3, back to chair. Right side, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, whew, that's some effort, baby. Yes, all right, so there you go, give that a shot. I'll take a look, there's a question, I think. It seems that I can't get my lower back close enough to the wall. The back is not straight. So Klaus, are you in a back bend or are you in a rounded position? If you mean so we're not really aiming for straight, Klaus. We're aiming more for this hollow body position. So let me know if you're in an arch position like this, then I would wonder what you're doing to get into an arch, because it would probably mean that your legs are on the wall. I would assume if you're in a rounded position, then you're doing it right. You just need to lean your back. The way you lean your back is by using the foot that's on the chair. You actually point it. That's why I've done so much work on pointing, because pointing helps to lean the body weight towards the wall. So again, you got to move your shoulders and your forearms forward of the block. Okay. There's nothing I haven't really given you, so it's some element of something is not working out. If you think it's rounded, perfect. So if you're in this flexed position, Klaus, perfect. You're in this rounded position, then you just gotta, it's just an articulation of the ankle. If you need to, you gotta walk a little closer on the chair towards the wall, or bring the chair closer in so that your hips go up higher. Or you just gotta simply kind of feel your body weight and shift it into your fingers more. That's what will bring the back to the wall. But what you can do, Klaus, is just send a video in the Facebook group so I can see it. That'd be really helpful. All right, so back to momentum. Remove our chair. It's the last drill for today, so don't worry.
Handstand prep 3. So we get into handstand prep 1, green grip push, and all you do, oh, you should do this at a wall, but I'm gonna do it without a wall for now. Okay, you get into this position, handstand prep 3, and are you starting to see the mechanics of this bottom foot and knees? This is everything we've been, doing here and here. It's when the knee straightens, the ankle points, and it's that coordination and timing that makes it easier to jump well. Okay, so let me get back to the wall position over here, because you should still be at a wall, so that in case you go back too far, you've got something behind you. Really work on this ankle articulation. Woo!
That's the momentum piece for today. That's a lot of pieces. If you made it this far, you've gotten in shape, that's for sure. We've done a lot today. Today's a challenging practice for sure. And when I'm doing those hops, I'm trying to keep the knee tight into the chest, by the way. I'm not trying to stick my butt out. I'm just trying to rotate the rib cage over the shoulders. Okay, whew, good one today. Let's cool down. I can feel the shoulders kind of rolling forward, so I'm gonna do a pec stretch. First, just the shoulders back and down this way, reaching back and down through the fists, a little out away from the pelvis. So the collarbones widen. Okay, a little pec stretch at the wall. Shoulder goes back. It's nice to even kind of pull the skin back a little bit. And then move the head away. Other side. Trapezius stretch. I like to put the hands between the knees. I just kind of Pull out, even turn the palms up a little bit like this. Pull the shoulders down. Thread the needle. With jumping, I feel a huge difference between both sides. Like I wouldn't know what to do when I'm on my right, left. Well, Steph, try writing with your non-dominant hand, or brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. It's the same thing with your legs. You have a non-dominant foot. Okay, lean forward. Place the head a little further. So when you have a non-dominant hand, you do everything with your hand that's dominant, so that trains both muscular and nervous system wise to do all the actions, where the other hand hasn't been trained to do those actions. But you can train the other hand to do those actions if you simply start training it by doing repetitions and exercises. Same thing with the feet. There's no difference. You have a dominant foot, it's used to doing all the work in your life. You have a non-dominant foot, used to doing some of the other work probably. Okay, switch sides. I remember really learning that when I was younger, playing basketball. It's easier to do when you do a layup, which is where you are getting close to the basketball net, and with one hand you put the ball off of the backboard into the net. You actually jump off of the opposite foot of whatever hand you're using. So if you're doing a layup on the right side, your right hand reaches up to do the shot, you jump off the left foot. The opposite is true when you, on the left side of the basket, you jump off of your right foot and your left hand is the one that's holding the ball. So one side will be easier to jump off of than the other. You notice that right away, and so you tend to work on the non-dominant side. Now sometimes it's opposite hand, opposite foot. So right hand and left foot that's more commonly the case for most people. Let's do a wrist release. Forearm faces up, knee down. For me, it happens to be that my right hand and right leg are dominant, left hand and foot are not. That puts a tremendous amount of imbalance in the body because it shortens the whole right side and lengthens the whole left. Unfortunately, that's my issue to deal with. Presents things like scoliosis, much bigger bone density on one side than the other. Of course, increased strength across one side versus the other. So that's tough, but most human bodies, most of you out there, will have the opposite hand, opposite foot relationship. So right hand, left foot is strong. Left hand, right foot. Okay, we'll switch sides. Okay. I want to get a little hip flexor work stretch in there, since a lot of you, including me, felt some of that intensity from yesterday. You can take a twisted monkey pose. Bend the back knee and reach for the foot. Switch sides. Okay. And today, you actually get a Shavasana instead of meditation, since you did a lot of physical work, and you meet this is the halfway point, so we get a little treat to lay on the back. And before we get into Shavasana, we'll do a little neck stretch since we have an opportunity while we're on our back here. So what you'll do is you'll take your head, move it to the left side towards your left shoulder, and then turn your head to the right. Now, most of you that will be enough. If you want a deeper stretch, what you do is you come back to center and take your left hand underneath, reach for your right ear. And then with your hand, you pull your right ear back towards your left shoulder as you rotate the neck. And then my fingers are still underneath the ear, so the head and face can go a little more towards the ground, while the hand here is still pulling the skin of the ear back. Back to center. We switch sides. If it feels even to you, then work your way back to center. Sometimes just a gentle counter twist might feel good, sometimes not. And then wherever your arms want to go, wherever your legs want to go, that's up to you, however you want to take your body position. I'm going to take a full breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And settle into your body. And similar to our seated meditation, try to feel the sensational buzzing of your palms. Maybe your feet today after all the movement, jumping perhaps. Maybe it's up north towards the pelvis or heart, wherever you feel the vibration, the tingling of energy through your body, focus in on that. And settle into it. breath in.
Bring your awareness back to your fingers and toes as you breathe in. You can awaken each finger, each toe, wrists and ankles. Stretch the arms. Roll to your side and come up to a seated position. Place the palms at the heart. Take a moment to feel your body. Bow in honor of this body that has served us so well throughout this practice, but more importantly, throughout our life. And thanks to everybody that has passed this practice down to us so that we can appreciate this body that we are living in. Namaste. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed this rather intense practice. Take a moment to see if there's any questions. There we go. I know you're all a little bit behind me as far as timing-wise goes, so just take a moment for a second to chime in. In the meantime, I'll just thank everybody that was here in the live chat. Karen, Steph, Mikkel, Jackie, Kasha, Klaus, Richard, Sibui, Christian, Vicky, Eugene, thank you all. Agnes, thank you so much. Great class, thanks Matt, getting the hang of it, struggling with kick switches. Yeah, cool, thanks Agnes. Adriana says, great class, thank you very much, thank you Adriana. Mikkel, great class, thank you so much, thank you Mikkel. Richard, I'm certainly not graceful in my hops. My legs are like cement and are not rising up gracefully. Yeah, and that's why we're really working each class on just partnering the knee extension with plantar flexion, and there's all those drills that we've been doing will add up over time, but most people are not very graceful with their jumping, which is why I'm focusing on it, and I expect most people are not. Thanks so much. It was a great class today. Have a great weekend, you too, Klaus. Vicky, thank you for feeling getting stronger early every lesson. Awesome, Vicky. I'm glad to hear that. Struggling every class, but no, I'm getting stronger every day. Awesome, Spooey. Glad you're getting stronger indeed. Thanks, Karen. You have a great weekend as well. Christian, enjoy the weekend as well. Thank you. Christian, probably. Right, a little different, not Christian like the American pronunciation. Christian, I assume. All right, everyone. Have a great day off. Rest your muscles. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.